Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, it's only a Republic special campaign to bring to attention of the whole country the story of how innocent Indians are being conned and sent away to the Russian war zone. And at 9 o'clock tonight, I shall give you my view on the ongoing ugly power struggle within the Tata Group and why the government of India and Amit Shah was forced to intervene in this. Ladies and gentlemen, for all the clout that we claim and all the great equations that we claim to have with Russia, with Vladimir Putin, today we face a story that should shake the very foundations of our understanding of citizen protection and diplomacy. It is a very sad story, and the government of India should be very concerned. Yesterday, visuals came of Majoti Sahil Muhammad Hussain. He's a 22-year-old student from Morbi in Gujarat. There was a video which was put out there in which Majoti Sahil was seen to be speaking in Russian. I think it was a dubbed video. He went to Russia seeking education opportunities and a future. And apparently he got conned, he got caught in a situation where he's on the Russian war zone, forced to pick up a gun for Russia. He, instead of an education, found coercion. Instead of opportunities, he found imprisonment and the brutal reality of war. This is Russia's war, not India's war, but Indians like Majoti have been caught in this. And the government of India should be very concerned. I want to run briefly a full-frame soundbite of Majoti. If we have that, please. We're repeating the video. We have a small clip going there, but it's actually a very long clip. Our producers have not put out the entire clip. If that clip can be pulled out, the fact of the matter is that Majoti Sahil is one of hundreds of Indian students, thousands of Indian students and young professionals who are lured away to Russia with promises of work, study or a better life and then forced to fight a battle they never chose to fight. This 22-year-old was sentenced to 7 years in a Russian prison on drug-related charges, a charge that he denies. Then to escape that prison, he claims that he signed a contract. He was sentenced for 7 years. To escape that, he was made to sign a contract. No, producer, I'm just speaking to my producer. I'm not taking the soundbite right now. It's run late, so I will run it later. Thank you very much. The question is, he was forced to fight as part of Russia's special military operation in Ukraine. Yesterday night, the video of Majoti came out, and there he was pleading. He spoke about how he was stuck in this situation, how he was given 16 days of training, and then straight sent to the battlefield. There he surrendered and the Ukrainians caught him and they put out a video. Can I run the video, please? Because I'm running one soundbite, one clip repeatedly. Can I run the video, please? Producers? Why did you not run the unpackaged?
Ciurma u mine dale sembliet. Ja nie khatele da ciurme sitit. Potom ja kontrakt pisal войсо. Khater убегать хотел. У нас сказали, 1 год контракт есть. И 1 год служишь, и потом, домой опускают. Кто сказал 100 тысяч, кто сказал 500 000, кто сказал 1,5 миллиона дают. Помню, ничего не дали. Короче, все так пизда был там. Последний месяц, сентябрь, я там полигоне был. И 16 дней...
That is a dubbed video. We should be very concerned. There's a 22-year-old Indian whose dubbed video in Russian is being put out by Ukrainians, and we cannot be in denial about it anymore. The problem is that the government of India thinks that every time somebody tells them and Indians are getting stuck in the war, they think about the embarrassment. I would say today you're buying S-400s, you're doing a lot of business with Putin. Why don't you tell Putin first to return our people? Why don't you do that? Why don't you say we want our people back home first? Why don't we become stronger with the Russians? I simply do not understand this. Our foreign secretary promised that Russia had promised to agreed to return Indian nationals. That was July 2024. They've not done that. More Indians are being caught. Why are we not being firm with the Russians where we need to be? The Prime Minister has raised this issue at the BRICS summit. Jaishankar said it was unacceptable. Listen to this. This is what Jaishankar had said. Please listen to this.
Indians who have in some way or the other, been pressed into service with the Russian army. Whatever the circumstances, to us it is unacceptable that Indian citizens, find themselves in the army of another country in a war zone.
So there, Jaishankar's choice of words is wrong. The foreign minister said, for some reason or the other, Indians have been pressed into service. Mr. Jaishankar, they have not been pressed into service. They've been duped into wearing the uniform and fighting for a foreign country. Let's not be very diplomatic about it. Let's not weigh our words. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many such videos. We're not making this up here at Republic. Another video emerged in July 2025 of 3 Indians who were sent to the war area. They all went on a student visa. When they reach there, they are sent into training. Then they're under pressure to sign a contract. And they are pleading to us, bring us back home, bring us back home. What are we doing? What is our government doing? We continue to do business. We are buying Russian oil. We are doing so much for the Russians. Do we not have this much leverage on the Russians that we can bring our own citizens home? I'm sorry, but this is a true disappointment. January this year, the death of Binil came as a shocker for all of us. There's a young man who had been pleading with his family members, please try and bring me back. I think we have visuals of that too. Thank you, producers. And Binil said, I did not know that I would be made to fight a war in Russia, but here I am. And he died fighting for a country that he did not belong to. And today, Majoti's case is the latest in a string of cases. Binil Babu, Muhammad Afsan, Hamil, victims of coercion and exploitation. How do we feel today as Indians when an Indian captured in Ukraine with the logo there of the Ukrainians is put out there on display? 150 Indians have been forcibly inducted into the Russian army. 12 had died on the front line. What are we doing? 12 have died on the front line. 96 discharged, 12 still missing. We fear for them. They're not pressed into service, as Mr. Jaishankar said. These are families begging for help. Videos recorded, embassies contacted. This is human trafficking, ladies and gentlemen. And any country would have raised a hue and cry about it. We know what is happening. We know their passports are confiscated and they are forcibly deployed on the front lines. This is Russia's war. It is not India's war. Why are Indian youth being sacrificed, trapped into battles dictated by foreign powers? This should be the biggest story across Indian news channels. But the problem is, Indian news channels don't want to question the government on this. They just don't want to question the government. This is about our citizens. This is about our brothers pleading to us to bring them back. We owe it to them. I appeal to the foreign minister and to the government of India to do more than they have so far. Clearly, their efforts have not borne fruit. I also request the rest of the media to wake up on this, because this is one of the biggest news stories that has not been reported in the mainstream media in this country. Let's debate.
Russia's war in Ukraine has dragged on for 3.5 years, and nearly 1 million Russian soldiers have been killed. Amidst the raging war, a 22-year-old Indian student from Gujarat's Morbi district has reportedly been taken captive by Ukrainian forces. Majoti Sahil Muhammad Hussain was reportedly serving with Russian troops when he was captured by Ukrainian forces. After his capture, Majoti recounted how he had come to Russia to study but was later sentenced to 7 years in prison on drug-related charges. Out of sheer desperation, he signed what he thought was his way out, a contract with the Russian Defense Ministry that instead pushed him straight to the war front.
University student. И потому меня в тюрьму посадили за наркотики статьи. Тюрьму меня дали 7 лет. Я не хотел в тюрьме сидеть. Потом я контракт писал в СВО. Хотел убегать хотел. У нас сказали 1 год контракт есть. I один год служил, и потом, домой опускают. Кто сказал 100 тысяч, кто сказал полмиллиона, кто сказал 1,5 миллиона дают. У меня ничего не дали. Короче, все так пизда был там. Последний месяц, сентябрь, я там в полигоне был. И 16 дней там был, как держит, стреляли, раз, два, все. ТТФ-ке, вот как включать, кидай, все. И 30 сентября, 4 дня назад, мне перевели зеленый лин. Следующий день, 1 число.
Within 3 days of being thrust into Russia's war, Majoti surrendered. Amid repeated appeals from his family for government intervention, reports indicate that Majoti will now be moved to a prisoners of war camp.
This is the house right here where Majoti, the 22-year-old, lives and who was captured by the Ukrainian army. While he was serving for Russian army, I tried to interact with the family members of Majoti, the 22-year-old who was captured by the Ukrainian army, but the family people have denied to interact with the media people. They have denied the help of police authority. They have denied to even interview with us. They have denied to add any further information regarding this particular case.
वहाँ वो पढ़ने के लिए गया है और काम के लिए गया है। उसके परिवार में उसकी मम्मी है ना, वो घर काम करके गुजारन चलाती है। उसका पापा उसका अलग हो गया है, दोनों का छूटा हो गया है। पढ़ाई तो अच्छी की है उसने, मगर कितनी की है वो मालूम नहीं है।
Over 3 years since the war began, Majoti's story mirrors that of several Indian men, duped with false promises only to end up on the front lines of a foreign war. From the trenches of a foreign war, watch how others too are pleading to New Delhi for rescue.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਰਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ 9 ਮੁੰਡੇ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੁਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ। ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੋਟੀ ਪਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਲਾਲਚ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਥੇ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਗੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫਰੰਟ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਭੇਜ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ।
In Jammu, the Khajuria family waits for their son Sachin, who was sent to Russia under the promise of employment, only to be forced into weapons training.
एजेंट ने उनको क्या बताया था, मतलब जो, क्योंकि आपकी तब तक तो बात हो रही थी, शायद 14 सितंबर को आखिरी बात हुई।
हाँ सर, उसने हमको यही बताया कि पोर्टरों के लिए ले जा रहे हैं।
कोई पता नहीं है उसका, कोई बात नहीं की उसने, कोई मैसेज कुछ नहीं किया।
कोई एक लेडीज़ मिलती है तो वो बोलती हैं कि आपको मतलब हम गवर्नमेंट में काम दिलवा रहे हैं, आपको लेबर का काम करना पड़ेगा आर्मी में। तो इन्होंने भी सोचा कि अगर मतलब घर से गए हैं कुछ करने, तो अगर काम मिल रहा है तो गवर्नमेंट में, तो इससे ज़्यादा और कुछ क्या हो सकता है।
Majoti's ordeal is similar to a case our team investigated in January, that of Binil Babu from Kerala, who was lured to Russia and forced to the front lines, ultimately losing his life despite repeated pleas to the Indian government.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജയ് എന്നാണ്, വീട് മീനാലൂർ കുറാഞ്ചേരിയിലാണ്. എൻ്റെ പേര് ബിനിൽ എന്നാണ്, വീട് കുട്ടല്ലൂരാണ്. ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ റഷ്യയിൽ ആർമിയിൽ ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങൾ സന്ദീപിൻ്റെ ഒപ്പം വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. 3 ആഴ്ച മുമ്പാണ് സന്ദീപ് മരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അതിൻ്റെ കാരണം എന്തിനാണ് എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് പരിഹരിക്കണം എന്ന് അപേക്ഷിക്കുന്നു.
This pattern raises urgent questions. How many more young Indians could be deceived, coerced and trapped in a war that is not even theirs? Is Russia cutting corners and duping these youngsters into a meat grinder that its Ukraine war has become? And finally, shouldn't New Delhi take a tougher position on this with Moscow?
Before I go to my expert panel this evening, and I have Nikita from Moscow, Nikita Menkovich, General Bishambar Dayal, defense expert, Ambassador Ashok Sajanhar, former diplomat, Olena Trigup, Ukrainian strategic affairs and governance expert from Warsaw, and Peter Dickinson, editor of Ukraine Alert. I'd like to go to some members of the families of those who are unfortunately stuck in this war. and I shall speak in Hindi and English. जगदीप कुमार जी, आपके भाई मनदीप कुमार अभी शायद अभी कहाँ हैं, उनके बारे में क्या खबर है, क्या डिटेल है, आप क्या शेयर करना चाहेंगे? और हमारे साथ आज अब्दुल इब्राहिम मजोती हैं, ये मैटरनल अंकल हैं साहिल मजोती के, जिनके शॉट्स अभी प्रोडक्शन टीम ऑन एयर कर सकती है। प्रोडक्शन टीम, अबुल जी, मेरी आवाज़ आपको आ रही है?
जी जी जी, अबू जी के जगह मैं यहाँ पे एक मुस्लिम अग्रणी हूँ, क्योंकि उनको एक हिंदी भाषा में बात करने के लिए थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा है, इसलिए उसकी जगह पे मैं बैठा हूँ।
कोई बात नहीं, मैं चाहूँगा
जी
कि आप हमें बताएं कि जो साहिल है, ये मोरबी से हैं, ये कब गए? आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे, कब गया, उनके बारे में क्या खबर मिली, लास्ट कांटेक्ट क्या थी आपकी उनके साथ?
जी जी, लास्ट 2023 के 12वां महीने में गए थे, दिसंबर में पढ़ाई करने के लिए गए थे, और उनके मदर और उसके मामा के साथ 2 महीने पहले बात हुई थी।
तो क्या कहा था 2 महीने पहले, वो कहाँ थे?
वो जो अपनी पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं उस बारे में उसने चर्चा की थी, और वो एक जो सेल्स एजेंसी है कुरियर की, उसमें अपना खर्चा पानी निकालने के लिए साइड बिजनेस भी कर रहे थे, ऐसी बात हुई थी।
और आपको ये वीडियो कब पता चला कि ये वीडियो रिलीज की गई है?
ये वीडियो है वो कल शाम को मीडिया के थ्रू और एक ट्विटर के थ्रू पता चला यहाँ पे कि ये बच्चे के साथ ऐसा हुआ है।
तो आपको पता था कि वो रशिया के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, कोई युद्ध में इनको ले जाया गया है?
नहीं, वो कभी पता भी नहीं चला और उस बारे में कभी बात भी नहीं हुई थी। वो वहाँ पे पढ़ाई करता है, वही बात हुई थी, और हमको तो यहाँ पे ऐसा ही लगा कि वो वहाँ पे पढ़ाई करता है।
अब मैं इस वीडियो को थोड़ा रॉ फुटेज प्ले करूंगा ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, आप स्क्रीन पे रहें, राइट हैंड साइड भी स्क्रीन को चेंज किए बिना मैं वीडियो प्ले करूंगा राइट हैंड साइड पे, जहाँ पे यूक्रेन की लोगो है। अनट्रीटेड अनट्रांसलेटेड वीडियो प्ले किया जाए 2 सेकंड के लिए।
Je poate mu mine ciurmă posădele, za narkotiky dostatie. Ciurmă mu mine dale semblet. Ja ni khatele da ciurmă siti. Poate mu ja kontrak pisal vai so.
ये वीडियो में आप सुन रहे हैं, थोड़ा ऑडियो डाउन, आप सुन रहे हैं ये रूसी भाषा या यूक्रेनियन में बात कर रहे हैं?
जी।
क्या इनको आती है ये भाषा?
जी जी, वहाँ की उनको आती होगी, मगर हम कुछ उसमें समझ नहीं सकते।
नहीं, इतना कितने
लैंग्वेज थोड़ा यहाँ से
ये उनकी आवाज है?
जी जी, वो 2 साल से गया हुआ है और वहाँ की लैंग्वेज उसने सीखी हुई है।
अच्छा, आप शौक है फैमिली में कि कभी ये वीडियो आ गए तो उनके पिताजी, उनके पेरेंट्स, उनके फैमिली मेंबर्स ये क्या बोल रहे हैं, क्या बोला उन्होंने, क्या चौंक गए कल ये वीडियो निकलने के बाद?
ये देख के तो हम भी अचंभे में और पूरा मोहल्ला भी अचंभे में है कि ये क्या हो गया है बच्चे के साथ, क्योंकि ये कभी कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते हम। वो कल्पना के बाहर का ये हुआ है
जी।
वहाँ रशियन मिलिट्री है या रशियन सरकार है, उनने ये बच्चे के साथ कहीं ना कहीं फ्रॉड किया और बच्चे को फंसाया गया है।
Okay, for all our guests who are with us, I want to just say that we have with us one of the family members of the victim, Sahil Majoti, whose video we are seeing there. And Olina, I want to go to you first. From Gujarat, his family member is saying that this young Maoy has been tricked and fooled into fighting in the war. And the family is very concerned about him. What are you hearing there about this particular case? Olena.
Well, yes, thank you. Definitely, first of all, I can say that we as Ukrainians, we feel the pain of their family, of this Indian young gentleman, because, you know, this is not some exceptional case, unfortunately, and tens of thousands of people had to go through what he is going through. What we hear about those cases, we hear that there are hundreds citizens of Nepal, citizens of even Cuba, citizens of Sri Lanka, who also became essentially victims of human trafficking and who ended up on the front line. And what also we know very well as Ukrainians, that Russia turned more than 60,000 of our own Ukrainian citizens who they occupied in eastern Ukraine to join Russian army by force, and they didn't want to go to war, but they had no choice. It's against Geneva Convention either to use population of the occupied territory to join the army of the occupying force. It's also against Geneva Convention to make foreign nationals, like from India, joining Russian army. But Russia doesn't care about international law. So unfortunately, every citizen of India who is traveling to stay in Russia, to study or to work, they should understand that Russia doesn't care about law, and Russia can take them to front line to the meat grinder. That's as simple as that.
I'll have to remind. Yeah, I'm just reminding the producers that there are several other videos that we have. We can be running them so that the magnitude of the problem we are facing, producers, is obvious to the audiences out here. Now, Nikita, why is Russia doing this? These Indians, why are we don't force Russians to fight wars for India? Why are Russians forcing Indians to fight a war for Russia? We don't want to fight your war. Why don't you return these people who are trapped in your army forcibly against their will?
Please, give me a chance to answer your question. First of all, let's speak about facts. Nobody forced this guy to take a part in drug trafficking. He was not an ordinary criminal. You cannot get 7 years of prison in Russia for 3 drug grams. You must be a mere part of some kind of criminal conspiracy. It's prison time, for example, for extra large drug trafficking. This guy,
Peter Dickinson on the left.
Commit a criminal.
Peter Dickinson.
His choice.
Peter Dickinson on the left, producers.
Let me answer, please. We see that he had the choice one more. He can pass 7 years in prison to pay his sins, or he had a chance to take part in liberation of Ukraine, to pay his sins for the people. He chose the second option, but he cheated, he deserted, he changed the side. We're speaking about criminal and traitor. Why don't we speak about real Indian heroes?
No, 1 minute, Nikita. Let me ask you one question. Let me ask you one question. You need to no, Nikita. Nikita, listen, we have supported Russia on many issues, but you must hear my side on this, please. We must maintain a good relationship between India and Russia. So you have to be aware about Indian concerns. Listen to me. Nikita, I'm explaining to you. Please listen to me. Let's not fight here. We have good relations with Russia. Let us continue to have good relations with Russia. My question is, let me assume here. 1 minute. Okay, now I'm saying something to you, please listen to me.
Okay, I will continue, sir.
No, thank you. No, you are not letting me counter you.
We're speaking of...
No, you can't do this. So see, I'll tell you one thing. Nikita, listen to me. First, let's get all sides. I want to go to Kiev. We have editor of Ukraine Alert, Peter Dickinson with us. I will come back to you. I will come back to you. I feel today...
I want to hear about Indian volunteers. who are taking part of liberation Ukraine from fascist troops. Why don't you speak about Indian
okay,
guys?
listen. Nikita. This battle is between. Now, hear me, please. No, Nikita. This battle is between you and Ukraine. Don't drag Indians into it. Secondly, my point is this, Nikita, that you are saying this man was caught on drug charges, and he had a choice between being in prison or fighting for the Russian army. Now, this is an illogical argument. You are then misusing people. Just 1 minute. Please let me complete, Nikita. I have a Russian today saying on my, Nikita, you have to let me complete. You are interrupting me, Nikita.
Because you don't want to hear facts.
Okay, now you listen to me. I can say the same thing here. There's an Indian stuck. This is the largest Indian news network. We will speak for Indians, no? Listen. Listen.
It is our do it or die option.
Okay. What die option? What? What die option?
And now your sons help us to fight for our independence against fascists.
Listen, nobody wants to fight for you, okay? Let me tell you very clearly. Don't have illusions. You are, 1 minute, now you've spoken enough, now you hear me. There will be situations where there will be Russian nationals. Suppose we say, a Russian national comes to India and gets caught or commits a crime, let's say, okay? Do you think, do you think that the Indian army, we can also do the same thing. Do you think the Indian army will catch them, hold them by their collar and say, we will put you in an Indian jail for 10 years, right? Or pick up a gun and fight for us with Pakistan? Will we do that? We will not do that. We will not do that. But you are saying, this is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. Return the Indian men. Do not force Indians to fight a war for Russia. We will support you. We will buy your oil. We will keep your economy afloat. But you cannot have it both ways. Putin must return these people. You cannot have good relations with India. If you cannot have good relations, I don't know what my government is saying to you, but I'm saying to you today, you cannot have good relations with India unless our boys come back home.
We're speaking.
I also appeal to Jaishankar to make this a very strong issue.
But he chose to be a criminal.
Nobody, there are enough Russian criminals. You want us to catch all the Russian criminals?
His sins in army.
Will we catch all the Russian criminals and put an Indian army uniform on them?
He's a criminal. He's a traitor. Nobody forced him to
be
sell
careful
drugs.
In the choice of your words. A traitor is a person who betrays his country. Nikita, Russia is not his country. Russia is not his country. You are misusing. Return the Indians. Otherwise, the relation between India and Russia will be spoilt. I'll open the phone line so you get a sense of the sentiment of people in India. I also appeal on the government of India to take this up extremely strongly with Putin, with the Kremlin. I have Peter Dickinson with us. There's a diplomatic situation developing. Peter, would you return him here? He's at the end of the day, a man caught in the crossfire. He's a man caught in the crossfire. He's been forced to fight a war he didn't want to fight. What will Ukraine do?
Good afternoon. Yes, well, I hope that Ukraine will be able to find a way to return this gentleman to India as soon as possible. The Ukrainian government has no particular interest, of course, in holding him and has a very big interest in having good relations with India. They also recognize in Kyiv that a large number of foreigners are being tricked or press-ganged or somehow conned into being sent to fight in Putin's war. You're quite right to say this is Russia's war, but Russia is losing a large amount of men, and they need cannon fodder. They need more people. And it's very convenient for Putin to recruit foreigners, such as the Indians who you've highlighted in today's show, because it's much less politically risky for the Russians and much cheaper as well, because they're having to pay huge amounts of money for Russians now to go and fight in Ukraine. So from a Russian point of view, this is a tactic that they're developing now over the last 3.5 years, but especially in the last year or so, we're seeing very large numbers of foreigners recruited to the Russian army to essentially serve as cannon fodder for the Russian advance, for Russian so-called meat waves, meat attacks. Ukraine understands this, and they'd like to return these soldiers once they're caught to their countries of origin. But also, it should be underlined that these people are prisoners of war. They have been caught as enemy combatants, so they cannot simply be returned without some sort of a diplomatic process. But I think there'll be a way to find some compromise.
Well, I think there
here,
should be,
because Ukraine has no quarrels with.
Because
India.
I'm also concerned. You see, Peter and Nikita, I wish to speak to you today about the concern of so many people across India, a country of 140 crore people. We are concerned that these are Indians who were not wanting to fight for Russia. Now, Russia should be careful. Russia should not think. I'm sure, Bishambar Dayal, you agree with me. General Dayal, you have excellent relationship with the Russians.
Yes,
you've been one of our defense attaches there.
Yes.
But this will spoil the relationship with Russia. Russia can, Kremlin can, if it wants, help to return these Indians, right?
Absolutely, Arnab. And with me, there is Mr. Sajanar. I mean, we are all complete. I mean, there's a Ukrainian friend there. We are absolutely people, those who support Russia, because Russia has been supporting India wholeheartedly. But this is not the way to do it. Firstly, I do not agree with you, Nikita. If this boy was apprehended when he was in the drugs, did you inform the embassy? Did the embassy hire a lawyer for him to defend him? Were his parents informed? Or people, those who handled him, the university which brought him, was it informed? Or he was just put behind the bars? Listen, you all are aware that at lower level in Russia, such things happen. And they happen, and that they are happening. And this boy has gone there. So he had no choice. There's no defection, there's no traitor, there's nothing like that. He is a boy who is not trained to fight war. We don't take our citizens to our border. We take trained citizens. So you have violated number of things. Not only Geneva Convention, you are breaking the trust of common Indians. Common Indians love your people. Common Indians are traveling. I have traveled twice in the last 4 months. With what trust do I go there? You have large number of people here, and you have large number of people, those who have been involved in drug trafficking in Goa. We haven't treated.
Yeah. Well said, sir. Well said, sir.
Arnab, I'm totally upset with the Ministry of External Affairs.
Yes, we are angry.
With the embassy. I'm totally upset with the Russians. I'm totally upset with the Russians, those Indo-Russian friendship people. We have large number of forums, and this is going on from last 8-10 months. Why doesn't Russia, if Russia really won, come to India, sign a treaty? Mr. Putin should appeal to our Prime Minister that I need India. Then, like we tell them we need your weapons, he should say, I need yours. We will send you, if there is an agreement between the two countries.
This is a very hot subject.
People, train manpower, train army.
Yeah.
Do it like men do. Like army to army to do, like friend to friend do. Don't take our citizens, our students, our people, those who are working there.
This is such a big issue, General Dayal. I want to tell you also, I want to tell you that, first of all, I'm telling you, Peter and Nikita, as you all know everywhere, the Republic Media Network, we reach 500 million Indians. We're the largest news network across all of India. People are calling in right now. They are saying, what fault have these people done? Does Russia not have enough people to fight for their own country? You are calling an Indian a traitor? How dare you call an Indian a traitor? How dare you call an Indian a traitor? I will call an Indian a traitor who betrays India, not an Indian a traitor who is forced to fight a war for a country whose citizenship he does not have. Please don't do this.
Please stop crying.
No, don't do this. And I would say this also. You want good relations with India. You don't use Indians and trap them into your battle. You return them back. Ladies and gentlemen. And I'm bringing in Mandeep's brother.
Little boy guy. Let's talk about facts. Let's talk.
You want to hear
about
facts?
Volunteers who fight to free Ukraine from American troops.
Volunteers. You just said that you trapped somebody. They're not your Russian army volunteers. You've trapped them.
Like a little boy. because you don't like to
No,
hear
you
the
don't have to
truth.
try to go personal on me. I can go personal on you in a way. I'll make you cry on my program if you try to get personal with me. But don't go personal. I have a lot of respect for Russians. You are spoiling the India-Russia relationship. You don't spoil the India-Russia relationship. I value Russia. You are spoiling the India-Russia relationship by doing this. Our country is a big and powerful country. You also need us. Don't try to talk down to Indians. Don't try to talk down to Indians. Putin will be coming to India. You want to do business with India. You don't want to make people of India angry. You have to return this fellow. And anyway, Ukrainians will return him, but you return all the others. Now, when I speak to you, you want to cry, so you switched off your video because you can't face an angry Indian anchor on the largest news channel of the country. Now, my question is, I have with me Jagdeep Kumar, and Jagdeep Kumar's brother Mandeep Kumar is missing. जगदीप जी आप हैं मेरे साथ जगदीप जी मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बात करूंगा ladies and gentlemen I'm going to be speaking in Hindi and translating in English so everyone understands we have with us the Jagdeep Kumar जी आप कहां से अभी लाइव हैं किस शहर से
सर मैं मॉस्को में हूं अभी
आप मॉस्को में हैं जगदीप कुमार इज इन मॉस्को राइट नाउ जगदीप कुमार जी आपके भाई मनदीप कुमार हैं
जी सर पिछले 1.5 साल से मिसिंग है और लगातार मिनिस्ट्री के चक्कर लगाते जो मैं इंडिया अपनी मिनिस्ट्री में चक्कर लगातार हम 14 फैमिली इकट्ठे होकर बार 12 से 13 मीटिंग कर चुके हैं इंडियन अफेयर जो हमारी मिनिस्ट्री है एक्सटर्नल अफेयर 12 मीटिंग के बाद भी उन्होंने सिर्फ हमको ये कहा है 1.5 साल में सिर्फ एक ही बात बोली गई है कि हम आपकी हेल्प करने की कोशिश करेंगे
ओके मैं ट्रांसलेट कर दूं फॉर एवरीवन्स बेनिफिट सबके लिए ट्रांसलेट कर दूं Jagdeep Kumar's brother Mandeep Kumar is 30 years old. He has been missing for the last 1.5 years, everyone on the screen. And they have had 12 meetings with India's Ministry of External Affairs officials. He is still missing. आपको कैसे पता कि वो रशियन आर्मी में उनको ले जाया गया है? How do you know that he has been taken to the Russian army? जगदीप जी आप मुझे बताएं फिर मैं ट्रांसलेट करूंगा. I want to translate this after you speak. जी
3 मार्च 2024 को मुझे लास्ट कॉल आया था कि एजेंटों ने काम के चक्कर में मुझे रशिया आर्मी में भर्ती करवा दिया उसके ये लास्ट बोलते कि मुझे यहाँ से निकलवा लो वरना ये लोग मुझे मरवा देंगे क्योंकि उस टाइम जो लड़ाई थी वो पीक पे थी अपने
वो
तो बस उसके बाद
समय जो लड़ाई थी आप क्या कह रहे हैं उस समय की लड़ाई
तेज थी कहने का मतलब पीक पे थी
पीक पे थी अच्छा पीक पे थी जी
तो उसके बाद सर बस लास्ट कॉल हुई है कि मुझे यहाँ से निकलवा लो उसके बाद देन कोई मैसेज नहीं आज तक 14 बंदे हैं टोटल
आपको कैसे पता एक मिनट ही इज सेइंग टुडे प्लीज लिसन केयरफुली निकिता our friend is saying Ambassador Ashok Sajanhar he is saying that my brother's last message to me was on 3rd March 2024 when the war was at its peak. And after that, I have got no message from him. And he had said to his brother, please save me. I have been defrauded. They have forcibly tried to draft me into the Russian army. Please save me. Would any person, Ambassador, who unless he is defrauded, put out that message? Would anybody who willingly wants to fight for Russia ever say something like that to his brother? Ambassador, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Arnab, for having me on your show. And I commend you for the manner in which you are conducting this program. Let me respond to a couple of questions that you had posed, when you were speaking about this. You asked, is Russia short of people to fight its war?
Yeah, everyone.
And the plain, simple answer is yes. You see, if it was not short of war, it would not be getting 11,000 soldiers from North Korea to fight its war. When Ukraine had occupied the Kursk region, then it was the North Koreans who were fighting for the Russian army and trying to liberate that. The second point there is when Russia started its recruitment of new soldiers, just after the war had started in February 22, it started a new recruitment of soldiers in September. There was a huge exodus of young men and women from Russia, which went out to these various countries, whether it was Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Armenia, etc., because they also did not want to fight for Russia. These young people, they don't want to sacrifice their lives. fighting this war. So definitely it is short of people. It wants people from other countries to come and fight for it. The last point on this, Arnab, that I will make is that there are a large number of people from Tajikistan, from Kyrgyzstan, from Uzbekistan. All of them, there is a carrot that is dangled in front of them, that we will give you 500,000 rubles and we will give you citizenship of Russia if you go on the front and you fight for Russia. And in that, many of them have gone, many of them have died. I keep going to these countries, and these countries have said that by law it is made illegal if any of our citizens is forced to go and fight for Russia on the border. So similar is the case with India, whether it is students or it is people who have gone to work there, a normal sort of, type of work. They are hoodwinked and they are made to go to the front to fight the war. And, one of the case that we are talking about is this. India has taken up this issue, and this is the last thing that I will say. India has taken up this issue at the highest level. Prime Minister Modi has raised this issue with Mr. Putin, and he has got assurance not once but twice at that level that all the Indians will be repatriated to India without any delay. But, it is saying is one thing, and carrying it out and implementing is different. I think matter has been put on the back burner for quite some time. It really needs to be taken up, and we need to push back and get all our people back home without any further loss of time.
And that's so well put. I've got a lot of callers on my program tonight, and I would say this, that let's assume that the Indian made a mistake. Let's assume the Indian was bribed. Let's assume the Indian was tricked. Does not mean that you can tell an Indian, go kill yourself, sacrifice yourself for Russia. Now, Jagdeep Kumar ji, Russians क्या बोल रहे हैं आप खुद मॉस्को में हैं. You are in Moscow. What are the Russians telling you?
मैं सिर्फ अपनी अम्बेसी के पास गया था. मैं पिछले 1.5 साल से सर 14 लोगों के जो है अभी तक हमारी गवर्नमेंट जो है 14 लोगों का सिर्फ एक भी डॉक्यूमेंट जो है प्रोवाइड हम लोगों को नहीं करवा पाई. यहाँ पे अगर डॉक्यूमेंट किसी के पास नहीं है तो कोई किसी को नहीं जानता सर. मैं बार बार अपनी अम्बेसी से भी रिक्वेस्ट करता रहा हूँ टाइम पे, और अपनी मिनिस्ट्री को भी. जब उन्होंने कोई हाथ में कुछ नहीं दिया हमारे, तो मैंने खुद डिसीजन लिया कि मैं खुद मॉस्को जाऊंगा और डॉक्यूमेंट पहले कलेक्ट करूंगा, उसके बाद फाइट करूंगा, या फिर मैं लॉयर लूंगा सर. क्योंकि मैं भाग
तो आप मॉस्को गए हैं, आप मॉस्को गए हैं नौकरी के लिए नहीं, आप मॉस्को गए हैं आपके भाई के लिए.
यस सर, यस.
और कब से हैं आप मॉस्को में?
सर मुझे अभी 15 दिन हो चुके हैं यहाँ पे.
और आपके भाई 1.5 साल से मिसिंग है?
जी सर, 1.5 साल से मिसिंग है. मैं दूसरी बार मॉस्को आया हूँ.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the tragic story here. Look at the tragic story here, viewers, everyone on. We have Jagdeep Kumar, who's an Indian citizen. He has gone to Moscow. He is going from street to street in Moscow. People in India should know the story. He is going to search for his brother who's missing for 1.5 years, Bishambar Dayal, Alina. Just imagine his plight. He's gone for the second time to Russia.
Arnab.
It's just too... I don't know if we are putting enough pressure on the Russians, General Dayal. We need to put some real solid pressure on these.
Absolutely, Arnab. The way, for the Russians to go about it is, look, if they have enrolled people, there is every record maintained in Russia. And from that point of view, I'm of the opinion that Russia should acknowledge, at least, should salute those boys, should give them the same benefits that if they are no more there, tell their families and pay gratitude to these families and to everybody like any country would do it. If you lost them in war, you lost them.
No, my question is, that's the question.
Whatever you have done.
Nikita.
What I'm saying, whatever you have taken them.
If a Russian were to go missing or a Russian would have died, would they be treated like this?
No, they are being paid. There is a proper format. Everything is there. Why are they mistreating a soldier who has lost his life in the battle? I mean, you have tricked him, he has gone there, he's picked up arms for you, or whatever it may be. But you are tricking his family now. I mean, that is where I feel. What oil, what friendship, what loyalty, what relationship between us. And I am of the opinion today, Arnab, please listen to me for another 30 seconds. Today, we are living in an IT world. Every Indian who is taking a flight to Moscow, there should be each detail of it should be available to the Indian embassy in Moscow, whether he's going for a holiday, whether he's going for a furlough, whether he's going for honeymoon, whether he's going for working. I mean, that input and where is his whereabouts must be properly coordinated. We cannot leave this stage.
Peter, this is Peter and Olena. We have so many callers across India. They are saying to us, Ukraine should release Sahil. He didn't deserve to be there.
That's a question to me? Or?
Yes, I'd like your response to it, Olena.
Well, there are international protocols, mechanisms. He is officially a prisoner of war, and of course there will be a swap, and I'm sure that Ukraine and India can...
No. But why wait for a Russia-Ukraine swap? He's an Indian citizen. This should not be part of a swap agreement.
Second World War examples. No, Second World War examples, when both the armies ran over the people, those who had been enrolled by the Germans forcefully into labor, this, that, and accordingly allied, they were not treated with that similar. And Geneva Convention came out of all those. So...
No, Peter, here's an opportunity. I don't think an Indian citizen should be made part of a swap with the Russians. What do you think? Peter?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for diplomacy here. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of room for diplomacy between Ukraine and India. Ukraine has a very strong interest in strengthening ties between Kiev and Delhi. So I think this could become an opportunity to pursue that. But there are regulations here. I mean, this man is a prisoner of war. He's been taken in a combat position. He's surrendered, but he's been a combatant in a war. So that has to be taken into account. But obviously, his circumstances are well known to the Ukrainian officials. So they will treat him as
I'd like to take a few callers coming in right now. We got Dr. Aman from Bengaluru. Dr. Aman, we also got some breaking news coming in. Yeah, Dr. Aman, what do you think?
Yeah, I would like to tell to the Ukrainian and the Russian spokesman over here, or the representative, that you cannot use the Indian people as cannon fodder for your war. First thing, if at all they're claiming that the person who has been drafted into the military had done something wrong and he's paying for his sins by serving in the army, that is not the rule. You cannot take Indians for your own war, and those people have to be returned back. We have good relations with Russia. We have decent relations with Ukraine. But you don't want to be on the receiving end of 1.5 billion people, because once the narrative starts to go against these two, then it will be a very big problem in the international media and internationally. So these people have to be returned at any cost.
They must be returned,
if
absolutely.
Somebody has lost his life, he has to be compensated. His returns have to come back to India.
Yeah.
And there cannot be any other question other than this.
Absolutely. I have Anil from Chandigarh. Anil?
Yeah, good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, Anil. Very concerning situation.
Yeah, actually, my simple question to Nikita. Recently, we find one lady with her two daughters in jungle in Karnataka state, I believe. Yeah. So my question is this: will our Indian government or Indian army will send this family to fight with the terrorists in Pakistan on the border in Kashmir?
Okay, I have got some breaking news. I've got to shift away from this for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, because I just got some breaking news. I need to go to visuals from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, which have just come in. I've got reports of an explosion which has happened on the Meston Road in Kanpur. Sorry, I'm breaking away. Breaking news plates, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure our producers can put a breaking news plate, and I'm sure our production team can put the visuals which have just come in from Kanpur. Can they put it, please? Thank you very much. The visuals have been there with us for some time. There has been an explosion. I'm waiting. There's been an explosion in Kanpur. The explosion, our initial information is that this has happened in the Meston Road, and at least 6 to 7 people have been injured in this Kanpur blast. Apparently the explosion happened in and around a scooter. We are told this is a scooter blast. The visuals are in. We would like to have the visuals in. Ladies and gentlemen, several people have been injured in this. The police are saying that the explosion, ladies and gentlemen, first set of visuals coming in. This is breaking new footage from Kanpur. This is the site of the blast. There has been a blast in Kanpur. A blast there has been an explosion on a scooter, ladies and gentlemen, in Kanpur, in an area called Meston Road. Meston Road, we are told that there are 6 to 7 people who have been injured. We have pictures of the injuries and from hospital as well. 2 or 3 people we are told have been seriously injured. We have visuals from the hospital as well. We'll stay with the full frame visuals. Thank you. And there are different sets of visuals. We can take them 50-50 on 2 sets of the screen. First and only on Republic, ladies and gentlemen, is the breaking news coming in from Kanpur, ladies and gentlemen, where there has been, a blast which has happened, an explosion. We're told it's on both sides, it's a cracker market. This could be pre-Diwali cracker market as well. We don't know further details of that. But I have moved into the story because the cause of the blast is unknown, but it's been fairly bad. 6 or 7 people are injured. There are a couple of people who've been injured pretty badly. This is the first set of information that has come in, ladies and gentlemen, and our reporters are on the spot. Live and breaking news is always first here on Republic. We have been debating the situation which has happened with the Indians who have been stuck in Ukraine and those who have been forced into a battle they did not want. We're going back to that debate from the breaking news story. I would only appeal one more time to you before I wrap up. Nikita. Okay, to everyone, if the production team can take me back to the guests. You don't have to tell me who we have, Sharat. You can cut to them on the screen, Sharat. Thank you so much. And I would only say this, it's a genuine appeal from us. From this family in Gujarat, Olena and Peter, if you can convey to everyone there's a lot of anger in India, there's a lot of concern. You'll win a lot of goodwill if you return this young boy home. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much, Olena.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we wish things change soon. Bring them back home. We also appeal to the government of India to please do something to make sure that people who are stuck in a war, they did not enlist to fight voluntarily, are allowed to come back home. When I come back, full frame to the next story, please, Sharat. When I come back, the war within the Tatas and my view on why the government was forced to intervene.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.